I think we're about to get on. Let's just get started. Hello everyone, welcome to OCT10 Performance Seminar. Today is October 10th. This performance seminar is for our Stage 2, Stage 3, and Stage 4 students. Today, so far, we have 3 performers. They seemed ready and excited to share their music with all of us. If you're not ready, try to get ready then. Well, let's have our first performer. Please announce your name and the piece you're going to play.
Hi, my name is Sarthak and I'm gonna be playing Anti-Hero. So I'm just gonna be playing until the first ending and then the second ending, and that's all.
Thank you. Get started. Great job! Oh my goodness, you survived for the entire piece. Well, entire like the part you're gonna play. And then I don't know if you noticed that in the second time you actually sound more confident. In my opinion, it sounds more confident, and you seems like you are getting to the flow and then getting to the mode of performing. And
Yeah.
then what's the most challenging part like when you learn like so far? Like what's the most challenging thing?
Um, maybe at starting at 25 till
Till the end.
21.
Like so anything after 25. Okay. We can talk more about like how to make it better or like to make your life easier like in the second half of class. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. So we have two sessions. First session will be like everyone's playing, and the second session will be we'll talk about like how to make things better. All right, let's move on to Mr. Arvin. Please announce your name again, and then please go into
Yeah.
it.
Hello, my name is Arvin, and I'll be playing Tenderly by Catherine Rowland.
Ta-da!
Oh, sorry, I just started in the wrong place. I apologize.
Applause to Mr. Arvin. Very beautiful.
Thank
Nice.
you.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful performance. I really, really like that. I think you bring up a lot of musical elements that require in the music. like most of them. I was at 99%. I only found like one. Like I
Mhm.
wish you could have done it, but that's the only one. Like
Okay.
I will talk about it. We will talk about it in the second half. But you follow basically everything whenever you need to do. You have a very clear level of dynamics. Like I also found out that like
Yeah.
mezzo piano is like this, mezzo forte is like this. Like, it's very clear. Yeah, and then very nice phrasing too. Yeah, and then in general it's pretty smooth. So I think it's basically almost ready to, you should start memorizing. Since you
I
have
think I have it mostly memorized. I just wanted the first draft to be not memorized, just to make sure I had the non-memorized one.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
Then we can talk about like how to make it better before you memorize the whole thing, because I want you to memorize the right way. Okay.
Right.
All right. Let's move on to Mr. Tiger. Or do you prefer me like say your your name?
Yeah, Tiger works.
Tiger words. Okay. Please announce your name again and the
Um,
piece you play.
I'm Tiger. I'm playing Revolutionary Etude by Chopin.
Ah.
I just played until here. I haven't played the rest yet.
Okay, great. Thank you. Round of applause to Mr. Tiger. All right. Really good job. This sounds a very solid first movement. First draft. And then I really like most of the notes were pretty clear. And your 60 notes most of the time are very even as well. And then I really like how you bring up your energy into this piece. We can talk more about how to make it better in the second half of class. Well, we'll come to that in the second half. Let's jump back to Sathak first, and then we'll like go through each one. All right. Have anyone heard this piece before, Anti-Hero? Besides Sathak?
Yeah, they play it in
Okay,
school.
okay, everyone knows it. Like Territory is so famous. I think I also arranged this piece, like Isaiah sent piece for one of my students as well. Yeah. But I actually like this version. I probably will start using this version for my student. Who arranged it? Oh, arranged by Miss Nancy. Well, it's very, very cool. Okay, great. Did you like this arrangement? Talk. Okay, great. So let's talk about the parts that you think is harder. So after 25, right? Major 25.
Over here.
Oh, thank you for being so specific. Hmm. Do you mean like a physical, like difficult?
Yeah. And like
Okay.
starting from there.
I see what you mean. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you for showing me that. Okay. So I think here I'm not a very professional composer, but as a kind of composer, I kind of know what Miss Nancy is trying to do here. So we have the melody. What is melody?
Melody is like the rhythm, the flow.
You brought like another two different terms here. Okay. Anyone else can help? What is melody? Tiger.
Oh, sorry, I didn't really catch that. My earphones got
It's
disconnected.
okay. I was asking what is melody? Like how do we explain? Let's say like today I'm a new student and then I'm asking you, hey, like my teacher said I need to bring out a melody more, and then what does melody mean?
Like the main tune of the piece.
Sure, that counts. So it's kind of like the melody of the piece, like mention of the piece, like how we easy to sing with it, right? Sing along with it. Yeah, so it's a group of notes that easy to sing. So for Satak, what are the melody notes here? So we do have this note. And do you think it's an upper note or lower note? The melody note. Do you think it's an upper one? In this case, is it this one or the lower note? For the melody note?
I think the top one.
Yeah. So if you heard the song before, I wake up, right? So you'll be like the top note is sorry for my terrible singing. Okay. Do you think you can try one time, play only the top note for me? So I don't want you to play any lower note. Okay, also here. Oh, all right. Okay. Now only play the lower notes. Only play the lower notes, but with the right rhythm. Right. Okay. Now I want you to combine them together. Sounds like you fixed it.
Yep.
Yeah? Okay, we have something called voice lines. I think we probably talked about this before. I think probably Arvin know what it is. You're like, what? What is voice lines?
Voice lines are like the place where a note is on or like is in between. Like the lines in the bar. So is it like so the C is in a voice bar, so that line in there is the voice bar.
Oh, you're saying like the one I highlighted in orange, right?
Yeah.
So yes, so voice lines is basically we kind of like we instead of looking at the music vertically, we are looking at it in a horizontal way.
Yeah.
So like I already mark it down for you. So the blue one will be one voice line, and then the lower note, like you are trying to like struggle with, is another voice line. So my suggestions for you is you practice the voice line individually first. And you play the top note first only to get used to how it sounds like, and you play the lower notes. So good. And then let's move on to Mr. Arvin's piece. We're a little bit short on time here. I like most of the part, except I think it's somewhere. This one, this focal return
Okay.
on. If you can do that, that'll be so good.
Okay, add the return on to add
Yeah,
some finding. Got it.
yeah. You do most of them. You do like
Hmm.
basically all of
I
them.
think I just missed that one entirely. So
Yeah.
good to know.
And then one last thing, I don't want to be like a note police here, but that note keep like is pretty is bothering me. So you keep playing this note in A, like every single time. Whenever you have a
You're
C,
right. Yeah.
and then it's a B. So just be careful. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I've just been playing it.
Yeah,
Good to know.
you're being very consistent, which is a good thing. Like if you've been very consistent on playing one thing wrong, then once you fix it, you fix it. Yeah. Okay, great. Mm, in general, I think it's good. If you want to make it more like has more layers, sometimes we don't just like limit it to okay, it says mezzo piano. I just do mezzo piano for the entire line. Well, I mean,
Okay.
there's a poco crescendo here. It's pretty. This piece is pretty.
It's pretty labeled.
It's
Yeah.
pretty detailed, which is great. But for example, like this part, it's just
Uh-huh.
like forte, and then you do whatever. If you can follow, if you can make your dynamic like follow your shape,
Mm-hmm.
the music will be great. So when you
Right.
get to higher, like for example, like your left hand here, it's kind of like a wave. So on the top, on the peak of the wave, you can do louder. So you crescendo and then the window. Or
Okay.
or you can think in that in the different way. You can think about what about like when you get deeper, you get louder. So you can
Oh,
also do like this.
decrescendo to
Yeah.
crescendo. Yeah.
There's no right answer or wrong answer here. There's the only answer that you have to do something to
Right.
make it more to make it more like interesting. Yeah. Okay, great. Let's move on to. I think you are pretty much like done with this piece, so like you should definitely like memorize it and then perform it again. Yeah. I don't have too much thing to say about this one. For Tiger,
Yeah.
I am just making an assumption. Maybe I'm
Okay.
wrong, but I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you ever take a mental break when you play this piece, or you just thinking about like everything is in 16 notes and then consistently like just like keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. You cannot stop.
Um. Well, like when I'm actually playing,
Uh-huh.
I just like play it through. But usually, like when I practice, I try to break it into smaller bits and then like
Mm.
play it slower first so I could get used to it. Um, and I also try to like see what part is like kind of bothering, and then focus on trying to get rid of that problem. But
Okay, I get your
yeah,
I like your practicing strategy, but when you're performing, you also need to have this kind of a similar strategy, but not well. Obviously, you don't want to stop, right?
yeah,
Between the phrases or between the sections, give yourself not physical break, like not like exactly stop and then restart, but you need to have the mental break in your brain. And then sometimes I do give a physical break on my hand, which is like I usually just go up and down, kind of like relax a little bit, kind of force your muscle or force your wrist to kind of force your hand to relax a little bit, and then you start again. But this entire process will be less than like 0.5 seconds. Like no one can notice that, but it
yeah,
will be much helpful for you because I feel like right now you're trying to think the whole thing from the big when you start playing, which
yeah,
is good. Like to have the very big picture of the piece is great. But if you only think in that way, then we only have this much capacity in our brain to hold down the information. And if you try to do everything at once or try to complete in a certain amount of time, this will happen. Like something in the middle, like you start having the little gaps or start having some little mistakes or some notes are not so clear, it will happen. And it's not because you didn't practice well or the practice strategy is not correct. It's just because you didn't give yourself a little bit time to reset. I call it reset. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll
So
try that.
yeah, for example, where is it? This part. I think your brain gets a little bit tired on like when you I don't have the finger number. I don't have the measure number.
Yeah, that's
end of
like
the first page. Yeah. And then and it doesn't help if we start right now to play because we right now we already take a break and in the beginning. So you need to build up the, I think it's called stamina. You need to build up that through, okay, I'm doing 2 lines now. I'm doing 3 lines now, or like 8 bars, 16 bars, and then try to like focus like 100%. And then
okay.
between the sections you reset. Okay.
Yeah.
And then for the technical thing, I feel like your notes are not exactly aligned. This E flat is somewhere. It can be somewhere around here.
Yeah, I haven't really gotten like the timing for that part right. Well, it's not really timing. It's just that that's
Alignment.
yeah, that's like the one part I'm not really. That's like the part that I'm probably the worst at. Like even when I'm playing slow, I can still like play it wrong. So when I played it slightly faster just now, I messed up the alignments.
Okay. What other strategy you do when you practice the 16 notes? What's the tool that you have done?
Um, Grouping
What else?
and also working backwards, like starting from a place that like I feel a bit it's like a bit harder, and then like only playing that part a few times, and then start like adding a bit more until like you can get the entire bar or
So you do it backwards,
yeah
and it's obviously you do slow down,
yeah
and then you say grouping,
yeah
and you did repetition. I'll just do it. Repetition. Okay, I want to add one more. Can you use a different type of rhythm to practice? Can you use dotted rhythm? So group 2 notes a group. So 2 notes
yeah.
as one group. And then you do a long, short, long, short. It's kind of like jazzy, like da 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 for every single one.
Oh
It will
okay
it
yeah
will help a lot with your alignments as well. Like not only that part, not only the E flat here, but also these. Like it'll be much cleaner now. Like if you do that. So dotted rhythm, long, short, or short, long, like either. Like actually both of them. So long to short, short, long. After that, we do have like a higher level one, which is 4 notes a group, long, and then short, 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 and then or like the other way, short, 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 long.
oh okay
You should start doing that, and then you should feel a difference. All right.
yeah
Well, looking forward to your second draft of the performance of your like to perform this piece entirely. All right, guys. Thank you for sharing your music with me and working with me today. I will see you all next time.
yeah
Thank
Bye.
you.
bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.